Hi everyone, it's Emily, your doula here at June, and today we're going to be talking about that infamous swaddle. So many babies really love to be swaddled in the first few months of life. It helps keep them cozy and snug, helps them stay grounded and feel more regulated. It can also help babies sleep a little bit steadier and a little bit longer, which can be very helpful in the early days. Basically, it involves wrapping them up nice and snug and helps to dampen their startle reflex in those early days. So today we're going to go over some simple steps to walk you through mastering the swaddle. So you can really use any kind of swaddle blanket that you like. I tend to gravitate towards these ones, these lightweight muslin swaddles, because they're nice and big and allow you to get kind of all the way around baby. So here we are, and we are ready to get started. I have my baby and I have my nice flat space to do my swaddle on, and I have got my swaddle blanket. And step one is going to be to lay my blanket down with one corner up on my bed or your surface. And then I'm going to take that top corner and fold it down. You can control how far down you want to fold that top, depending on how big your blanket is and how big your baby is. I generally start kind of around here and see how that works. So I've got a nice flat top here and sides on either side. So now I'm ready for step two, which is to pick up my baby. I'm gonna make sure I get baby by the head and by the tush. I'm gonna lift baby up and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna place them a little bit over to the left on my swaddle. Not right in the center, but more to the left of center. I like to have a lot of extra fabric over here on the right side and a little less fabric over here on the left side. That's gonna come in handy to help make sure they're really nice and snug. I'm making sure that baby is laid down on the blanket with about an inch of the fabric above their shoulders. One of the keys to a good swaddle is to really make sure that you get their shoulder covered, and that makes sure that they're not going to be able to escape as easily. So the third step in the swaddle is that I'm going to place a hand on my baby's chest and kind of securing down that arm, that far arm over here with that one hand, lifting up the fabric over here with the swaddle and bringing it up and over the shoulder and kind of downwards across baby, rolling baby a little bit and tucking right under them, right here. I want to make sure that this whole side here is nice and taut. So once I've got it tucked in, I might kind of come back here and pull a little bit more snugly along this whole arm of the baby to make sure that it's nice and snug all the way down. Step 4 of our swaddle is to take the bottom edge of the swaddle here down below and bring up towards baby, and I'm gonna tuck that right underneath baby's right armpit here, or I guess on my right side, that's baby's left side. I'm gonna tuck that right under. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space right here at the hips and the legs to make sure that they can move their legs around. I don't want it too tight. The last step here is that we're gonna swaddle in the free arm here. And so I'm gonna place my hand on baby's chest, hold down that arm there, while I use my other hand to take the top of the fabric, come up and over the shoulder again, right here, and then down, and bring the fabric over here. Now I want to make sure again that this arm is also nice and taut. The tension is all the way down baby's arm, not just up at the top, not just down at the bottom, but all the way through. That's going to make sure that they don't break out of this swaddle very easily. And so one of the things that I can do to kind of help get that tension is lift my hand up a little bit, pull the fabric, do the same thing down here, lift my hand a little bit, pull the fabric down, kind of working my way down baby's body. So once I have that fabric over to this side, I'm going to do what I call the lift and swoosh to take care of the rest of this fabric. So what I do is I scoop baby up by the head and by the tush. I lift up and then I swing this way and I go lift and swoosh, which kind of gets the fabric over here to the other side. Then I'm going to gently place baby back down and use my leverage here, one hand on baby, one hand to pull taut that tail of fabric, make it nice and snug, Come back up around baby and make sure it's nice and snug, and then wrap that until you run out of fabric. So mine runs out underneath baby. I'm going to find a little spot of blanket, maybe down here, and just tuck that tail in so that it stays. So now we have a nicely snug and swaddled baby, swaddled up like a little burrito. There's no loose fabric here, which is great for safe sleep. We also have no fabric covering the neck or baby's face for obvious reasons. We want to make sure that they can breathe unrestricted. And then the other thing to notice here is that you want to do a quick test here. Inserting 1 or 2 fingers in between baby's chest and the swaddle blanket. Make sure you can do that with relative ease. As long as you can get a finger or 2 under there, you're going to know that the swaddle is not too tight. So this blanket method of swaddling is great for daytime and great to practice your skills on, so you can do it. Not so fun to do this swaddle in the middle of the night when you are feeling really sleep deprived. Trying to wrangle a big blanket like this can be really overwhelming. So sometimes for nighttime, I'll suggest using a swaddle that has built-in Velcro or a zipper to make your life a little bit easier in the middle of the night. Thank you so much for joining us today to learn how to swaddle your little ones. Go ahead and get some practice in. Be patient with yourselves as you figure it out, and be sure to reach out to us if you have any questions.